Beat the Spurs last night to clinch the top seed out west. With the win, they joined the 95-96 Bulls as the only team in NBA history to reach 70 wins in a season. While the game was going on, LeBron James was watching and tweeting about Game 6 of the 97 Western Conference Finals, which was playing on NBA TV. Here's what he tweeted. Watching the 97 Western Conference Finals between the Jazz and Rockets, the game has changed so much. Inside, then outside. On another note, Bill Walton is hilarious. Yes, he is. But Skip, what do you make of LeBron tweeting about the 97 Western Conference Finals last night when that game was on?
Stephen A. Smith, you can correct me if you think I'm wrong here, but I'm reading a lot between the lines. This was so now LeBron. We've seen several instances of this over the past couple of months, using Twitter to send cryptic messages. And just as Steph Curry was having yet another explosive fourth quarter, and allow me to point out that over Steph's last 5 third quarters, he's averaged 15 points a third quarter, and last night he scored 15 more points in the third quarter to blow my Spurs off the floor on TNT. But LeBron had to point out to his 29.7 million followers that, in effect, I'm not watching Steph on TNT. I'm watching NBA TV, and I'm watching the 1997 Western Conference Finals, not the 97 NBA Finals. I'm watching the Western Conference Finals, and I'm going to tweet 3 or 4 times about Karl Malone. Then I'm going to tweet about John Stockton and how CP3 compares more to Stockton than he does to Isaiah Thomas. And Mailman, his jump shot is unstoppable, blah, blah, blah. And I got to go back to explain all this and put it in context to a terrific analysis that our Brian Windhorst wrote a couple of weeks back, Stephen A., and I think you saw it. But in it, he was trying to explain some of LeBron's stranger behavior of late. And he said that you need to know a few things to help you understand about LeBron. Number 1, he's moody. Number 2, he's an only child. And number 3, and by the way, he's been playing dominant basketball over the last couple of months, which I keep pointing out on the show. But also Brian Windhorst points out that sometimes he uses social media to be cryptic and passive-aggressive. That's what I think happened again last night. Brian goes on to point out that, and if we can see this quote, and I'll read it, seeing the eyes constantly focused on another player like Steph Curry, he's not used to that. LeBron James, has been the game's signature star for nearly a decade until now. When Curry and James both have great nights, it's usually Curry who gets top billing. This is a new world for LeBron James. I think that's what we saw last night, was LeBron trying to remind everyone, hey, I'm LeBron, and I am choosing not to watch what Steph Curry's doing on the national stage on TNT, to the national stage on TNT, to the second-best team, San Antonio. Maybe LeBron thinks the Cavs are the second-best or first-best team. He's saying, I think I'm going to watch this on NBA TV, and I'm going to tweet about it 4 times. That's a message sent. I'm not saying it's blatant disrespect to Steph, but I think it's trying to remind everyone that, hey, I don't watch Steph like all you folks watch him. I watch old school NBA. And again, that's what's happening with LeBron lately. He's very threatened and a little insecure over the rise of Steph Curry into superstardom, a notch above LeBron James.
Well, Skip Bayless, all of that stuff that you just explained, forgive me, let me imitate you for a quick second and piggyback off of what you said. I want to throw you a question. Now that you broke all of that down, do you have a problem with it?
It's a little childish to me, the way he behaves on Twitter. I thought it was almost too obvious that he was trying to tweet against the TNT game. It's okay with me. No, I don't have a big problem, but it's an interesting window into LeBron's psyche right now that I think he's a little tormented by the fact that Steph has taken over the NBA.
Let me be very, very clear when I say this to you, okay? I am not saying to you your opinion, the soliloquy that you went on is petty. I'm not doing any of that. I get where you're coming from. I'm not sure I entirely agree, But what I'm saying to you is, if you believe that, that's fine. What my problem with you is your perspective on it. And here's what I mean by that. Why would you have a problem with it? I don't have any problem with it. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that Skip Bayless is absolutely right with every single word he just said. You know what my response is? Good. Because what that means is that LeBron James, who is widely recognized as the best player in the world, if not top two, because of the kind of year that Steph Curry has had, who has clearly been the best player in the world for the vast majority of the last 7 to 8 years, this LeBron James is looking at all of us and saying, y'all keep talking about Steph Curry. Y'all keep talking about San Antonio. I'm looking at what it's going to take to win the chip. This is who I am, and here I come. And that's what I love about this. I'm not appalled by it at all. The fact that you're LeBron James and you want to sit up there and draw attention away from the San Antonio Spurs and the Golden State Warriors, the two best teams in the NBA this year. The fact that you want to draw attention away from a Steph Curry, who's the reigning league MVP and the imminent two-time league MVP, and you want to draw attention away from him and bring it onto yourself, you know what that does? That heightens the level of expectations that LeBron James is now putting on his shoulders. LeBron James is now putting on his shoulders. LeBron James is a smart brother. That guy is highly intelligent. I have no doubt that he knows exactly the level of pressure that he's bringing upon himself by doing something like this. And evidently, he doesn't care. So you know what that means to me? That means to me, I got good reason to look forward to LeBron James in this postseason, because here he comes. I don't look at it as, oh, a little bit petty. I shouldn't have done that. I think he should do whatever he wants to do to get himself revved up for the challenge of his life. Because let me tell you something right now. This dude right here, you lose to San Antonio the first go-round when you were in Cleveland. We all expected that. You lose to San Antonio a couple of years ago. Even though we expected a better series, Dwayne Wade wasn't 100%. You had some things going on, and he was thinking about leaving. Okay, that's fine. This right here is the I would say the second most level of pressure. The first was when he had to go to Boston, drop that 45 after they had lost in the finals to Dallas, and everybody was waiting for LeBron to win his first ring. There was no pressure like that year he went up against OKC, and he had beaten Boston prior to going up against OKC. But outside of that, this is the most pressure, because Golden State and San Antonio are standing in Cleveland's way, and LeBron James, in all likelihood, is expected to have a healthy Kevin Love and a healthy Kyrie Irving. This is the squad he wanted. This is what he departed South Beach for. Here it is. What you gonna do? And I can't wait. So whatever he needs to do to get himself hyped, good for him. Good for us. Because we know, Skip, win, lose, or draw, the brother's capable of backing it up. And that's what sports is all about, baby. I can't wait. I can't wait. Good for him.
What have you been telling me for months? That Golden State wants Cleveland badly back in the finals.
That's right.
Because Golden State got disrespected by the mere facts that Kyrie went down in overtime and Kevin Love couldn't play. And they felt that their chip was tainted because the two other superstars couldn't play, and it was only LeBron, a solo act, versus Golden State's juggernaut. So they want to right the wrong of that by taking on Cleveland at quote-unquote full strength this time. So to me, they will not like this. I know how Steph gets. He can have two chips on his shoulders over things like this. He will feel disrespected. Sort of right at the tail end of his outburst in the third quarter last night. LeBron is tweeting about this playback game on NBA TV.
Listen,
really?
I'm not, listen, TNT's partners with the NBA, which makes them partners with LeBron. I'm not going to think he's doing something to steer attention or veer attention away from TNT. As it pertains to your point about Steph Curry, what I'm trying to say to you, Skip, is every word that just came out of your mouth is why you shouldn't be tripping over LeBron James' quote-unquote pettiness, even if that's what it was. I'm saying to you, that's what I love about this. You know Steph is coming. Steph is not apologetic about coming. He's telling you he's coming. We know this. And LeBron essentially is if your opinion is to be believed, LeBron is essentially saying nobody's backing up here. That's what we want. Do you want guys laying down to the altar of Golden State? Do you want LeBron James to tweet, man, Golden State's awesome. I don't know how we're going to beat them. I mean, we don't have a shot. We don't want that.
You know what?
We don't want that.
I would think, if I had to guess, that LeBron would have taken more of the high road here and tweet, if he's going to tweet anything during the game, that he would tweet something of respect towards Steph and company, some show of respect, because it was a pretty awesome display. And he could also opt to tweet nothing during the game, let the game end, and tweet about these things tomorrow, about what he saw on NBA TV.
I'm not. He could have, Skip. You know, but that's PC. That's doing the right thing. Well, guess what, Skip? That's our job. He's competing. Psychologically, physically, emotionally, he's competing. So guess what? They all are enemies.
Yeah.
I hope that he grows to hate Golden State over the next few weeks. I hope that he hopes that gets to the point where he hates San Antonio over the next few weeks. OKC, to anybody he's got a chance to meet, because that's LeBron. If you really want to get down to it, that, in my opinion, that's LeBron's damn problem.
I agree.
He doesn't want to wear the black hat enough.
I agree.
He wants.
You're right.
He don't mind. He don't mind wearing the black hat with the media from time to time, as is the case with a lot of them. He don't mind wearing the black hat with other people. But against your opponent, you laughing up and having a good time. Annihilate them. Adopt that mentality that you had in Boston for Game 6. Destroy. Seek and destroy.
I got it. But remember, what he did was passive-aggressive. Aggressive, black hat would be to attack on Twitter and just say, I'm not impressed with Golden State.
You crawl before you walk.
Bomb.
You crawl before you walk.
Okay.
You crawl before you walk. He's passive-aggressive today. Hopefully he'll be more aggressive in the weeks to come. I hope so.
This wasn't petty. This was blatant disrespect by default, by tweeting about something else. Far. Yes, it is. It's blatant. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't go that far.
And he is clearly threatened
I wouldn't go that far,
by
but
what
I don't
Steph
care.
Curry has become. This is LeBron's ego speaking out, maybe childishly.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. Good.
Good.
All right, I'll buy that.
You know what, Skip? I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with a guy that's universally recognized as one of the top 2 players on the planet having an ego.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with that.
But even you have said.
I hope that LeBron.
Haven't you said all year long? You started in December saying, I got an announcement to make here. Steph Curry is now the best player on the planet. Didn't you say that?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That kills LeBron. That tears his heart out. Stephen A. Smith said that he's better than me. Steph's better than me. It killed him.
Guess what?
Trust me.
Guess what? Guess what, Skip? But LeBron ultimately has to go on the court and prove us wrong, which he is fully capable of doing.
He is?
Fully capable of doing. So my point is, listen, man, we ain't talking about some Kwame Brown or Slava Medvin Danko type talking about the Western Conference Finals of 1997 compared to last night's game. We're talking about LeBron James.
Yeah.
So guess what? If he's coming, I have no problem with it. I look forward to it. I hope he gets more petty. I hope he gets more of an attitude. I hope he does things to tick people off, to tick himself off. Whatever it takes.
Stephen A., I have 3 words for you. Seek and destroy. That's what you've left us all with. I think you got him fired up.
Seek and destroy.
Yeah, seek and destroy, LeBron.
What did he destroy? I didn't see him destroy anything. Huh?
I'm saying that should be his mentality. Yeah. That should be his mentality.
You know who else is seeking and destroying?
Hold on, Molly. Hold on, Molly. LeBron got to stop. LeBron got to stop trying to get along. He's the king.
You're right.
He's the man.
I agree.
All right?
Yeah.
He got to stop trying to get along.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not the king now because he didn't win the championship. That would be Steph Curry. But he got to stop all of that. Hell with being friends.
I
Be
agree.
friends in the offseason.
All right. Seek and destroy.
Let's get it on.